When it comes to savers in search for a worry-free retirement and thinking there's a better mousetrap out there, I wanted to cover 6 of the most popular reasons we found that savers usually search for a better mousetrap. So let's start with reason number 1, and that is basically poor investment performance. So if a client's retirement portfolio consistently underperforms the market or does less than the client thinks it should have earned, or worse yet, the performance fails to meet the client's goals and spending objectives, then in many cases, the saver will seek another advisor who basically brags that they can outperform the market. As we can see from this snapshot of the stock market graphic, notice all the years that the market has actually gone down, which is no big deal, I guess, if you're working and you're years away from retirement. But here's what happens when you retire and the market collapses. As you can see, these balances go down drastically. So what happens when performance is down, of course, we tend to look to others for a better mousetrap, hoping they can outperform the market. Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. All right, let's go to reason number 2, and that would be lack of communication and personal attention to detail. Folks, online calculators or one-pagers provided by an advisor, or worse yet, handing over your money to someone to manage yet never understanding what in the world they're charging in the way of fees is a recipe for more worry. Again, as I like to say, those of us in the financial world are really not in the financial business, but first and foremost should be in the communication business. And if what we are communicating is way too difficult for you to understand, then again, you're going to create more worry, and it would be my advice to get a second opinion. The third reason someone might search for a better mousetrap is because of high fees and other costs associated with advisors who manage their money. In fact, look at this chart here. Look at the amount of money an advisor would make, whether you're making money or not. If they charge 1.5% a year, it's over $41,000, while the poor saver only made $26,000. In other words, they did better even when you did worse. This is why knowing the fees being charged and those fees being reasonable is imperative to creating a retirement plan that you can count on in the future. The number 4 popular mousetrap, lack of trust and confidence. You know, we recently took on a new client who, after working for years with the same firm, before they retired, of course, realized that their advisor was not in the planning business at all, but appeared to be more in the selling business. As they described it, the advisor kept asking for more and more money while the poor old client just wanted a plan. In other words, the advisor kept pushing products, things like bonuses, things like higher rates of return, why the client hadn't moved all their money over, without ever delivering a process. You see, you've got to consider product true, but it's really the process that leads the show, not the product. Which is why I created this 5-step process that not only our clients can follow along, but our well-trained staff can as well. Remember, folks, it's not about the products. It's first about having a process in place that you can understand and monitor all the way through retirement. Here's a mousetrap I bet you hadn't thought about. Your advisor basically getting out of the business for whatever reason. In fact, check out this article. It's really interesting to note that many advisors will be retiring. Many advisors change firms. Unfortunately, some will die. And the question for you is, when this happens, not if, when this happens to your advisor, whenever it happens, what's going to happen to your money? Who's going to fill their shoes? And if they do fill their shoes, are they going to have the same philosophy, the same products? Is there a process in place? Probably not, which is why we have at Tony Walker Financial 3 highly trained fiduciaries who are salaried. Trained in what? They're trained in the worry-free retirement process. In fact, that's why we have this game plan software. So let's imagine something happens to Tony Walker. I'm no longer here. They will be able to handle your finances because we have the written game plan in place and because they're trained in the process. And finally, number 6, as my late great father used to always say, nothing stays the same. That's right, folks. I hate to tell you this, but your goals for the future will more than likely change at some point during retirement. I see this all the time as I meet on average. Remember, folks, I'm meeting people in the trenches. I meet on average 30 savers per week. I get to watch their lives play out. And the one thing I can tell you in retirement is this. At some point, things will change. You're eventually going to die. You're going to lose a spouse. Your health might take a turn for the worse. You might even have an adult child or a grandchild have to move in with you. You could be forced to help family members, and then one day you're going to ultimately probably have to decide what to do about your housing, whether it's downsizing, assisted living, or possibly even going into a nursing home. All of these issues create change. Nothing will stay the same, and that's why you need a retirement planning firm with more than 20 years of experience in working with over 5,000 written game plans. Folks, we know what we're doing at Tony Walker Financial. If that's you right now, if you say, man, I'm tired of looking for all these better mousetraps, I just want to work with somebody I can trust, meet in person, and knows what the heck we're doing.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like, check out these other clips. And be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button for more videos.